It's a mob scene out at the Salt Lake International Airport as a big crowd of 2,000 to 3,000 await the arrival of the Utes, who are on their way to the Final Four to take on North Carolina next Saturday. We'll be heading out to the airport as soon as the Utes arrive. But first, this guy played in the Final Four in a national championship game back in 1944. Arnie Ferrin, the MVP of the NCAA championship game. Arnie, thanks for coming and watching this game. Had to bring back a lot of memories for you.
You know, it really does. You don't think about it during the year. It has to be a special occasion for you to remember all of the excitement and the fun of winning it. And today brought back a flood of memories. It was an exciting day for me, as it was for those guys who did such a great job.
And look at this. This is the 1944 NCAA official basketball program, and you're featured in here, down here on the bottom. But what will they expect? Because this, a lot of hoopla, a lot of attention is going to be headed their way next weekend in San Antonio. What are you going to tell these guys how to react to all that stuff?
The Final Four is a very special event. The media, they'll never see as many media people as they will there. The coverage nationally, I suspect internationally, will be something that is very unique in sports, and they will go through an experience that they'll remember for the rest of their lives.
All right, ready for some phone calls?
Ready for the phone calls.
Let's go. Kerry, you're on with Arnie Ferrin, the MVP of 1944.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. What's your question?
Well, I just wanted to know how reaching the Final Four affected the rest of your life.
We have, every 5 years we have a reunion, and the last one we had, that was the question we asked the players who were there. A couple of them were so emotional about it they didn't respond, and it does impact. I'm sure the reason that I was chosen to serve on the NCAA basketball committee, which was one of the great things that I've ever done, was because I played in the tournament. So it's a tremendous impact on your life, something you'll never forget, and very few people have the opportunity. And these people just don't know what they're in for, but it will be the most exciting 3 or 4 days that they'll ever have.
All right, another phone call. Braxton, you're on with Arnie Ferrin. Go ahead.
Yeah, I would just like to say, what did you think about Rick Majerus' game plan today? And if the players have stepped up athletic, like the skills, if it's stepped up since back then.
Well, it's no surprise that Rick Majerus is one of the best preparing coaches in the game of basketball. I was listening to ESPN. They said that he may be the best coach in the country. Certainly he'll out-coach the North Carolina coach, who was a rookie coach. But a lot of the credit has to go to those players who in 2 days implemented a new defense. Rick Majerus never plays zone. I've never seen him use a zone. He implemented that triangle in 2 or the box in 1, and you've got to give credit to the players who he designed it, but they implemented it, and didn't it work just great?
Yeah, it did, boy. He kept a lot of their big guns at bay. All right, hold on just for a second. We're going to go back out to the airport now for a check. All right, let's go out with Craig. Good luck, Arnie Ferrin. That's quite a sight out there to see all those fans.
You know, I'd forgotten completely. In 1944, we landed at the airport. No, we came by train in 44. In 47, we landed at the airport. All of the fire engines in town were there. They had a parade down the middle of Salt Lake City, up to the campus. They closed the school. Things that I'd really forgotten about that, but it's such an exciting thing. It's hard for me to relate. Right. How it impacted the fellows that played with me, and how it will impact these people who are going to San Antonio. Rod, come and go with us.
Well, I'd like to. I got to check with the boss and see if the check's in the mail there.
Tell him that you'll really enjoy it.
Okay, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a great week next week in San Antonio. Arnie, I know it's been a great and special day for you. Thanks for spending a few moments with us tonight.
Rod, it's so fun to talk about it, and go Utes!
All right, and we got a gift certificate to Chevy's Restaurant for you for coming by.
Thank you very much.
So enjoy that. All right, Arnie Ferrin, 1944 MVP of the NCAA championship game. Hey, every week KSL and Coca-Cola join together to bring you the Prep Athlete of the Week.
Few have the perspective of 2 Utah basketball greats who've been to their own Final Four. News specialist Nadine Wimber has their story.
Here's the best player that ever played at the university, Billy McGill. Former U coach Jack Gardner was the only college coach to take 2 teams to the Final Four twice. Arnie Farron was MVP in 1944, the year the U won the championship.
They had a great parade. They had the fire engines, and we did downtown Salt Lake, and they closed the school.
Both are headed to San Antonio to watch their alma mater.
That's the best there is in college basketball, is the teams that get there.
And while they'll both keep a watchful eye on the Utes, they have different styles.
Are you going to be cheering extra loud?
No, I don't cheer because I've seen so many games, and I'm supposed to be an impartial coach anyway now.
Yeah, I'll be biting my nail. It's so important for those kids.
Their careers may have peaked long before Doliak and Miller were even born, but these basketball greats still have advice for the team.
I just say, use what you've learned. These are very bright players. To comprehend Rick's triangle and 2 zone in one day and play it like they did.
Well, it would be to win, but how you win is something else.
When the U gets that chance, they'll have the support of 3,500 fans, 2 who bring decades of experience and their own Final Four memories.
If we go back and play our best game, and they play not their best game, sure will be exciting to be in San Antonio.
Nadine Wimmer, KSL News, Salt Lake City.
By the way, former coach Jack Gardner has...
Spring weather. Thanks, Mark.
Well, just one more win, and the running Utes of Utah are on their way to the Final Four.
Oh, that sounds so exciting. It really is. But Utah has certainly been down this road before. In fact, in 1944, Utah won the whole thing. Tonight, Alema Harrington sat down with the MVP of that tournament, Utah All-American Arnie Farron.
Arnie Farron has a room in his home full of his basketball memorabilia.
And this is where some of the memories are.
Pictures from his days with the Lakers, All-America plaques, but the best memories are from the 1944 Utah team that won the NCAA title.
And they'll put up a list saying tryouts for the university basketball team, and 4 or 5 of the fellows that played on that team came out to try out for the team because he posted the notice.
And made the team, and then
made the team, and then won the national championship. It's changed a little bit, hasn't it?
It has.
A lot has changed in the last 53 years, but Farron says he has some similarities between his team and this year's Utes.
I sense the closeness. Reading in this morning's paper where Rick says he put them on a bus to send them to Fisherman's Wharf without a coach. You just have to sense that there's a similarity between the closeness of this team and the closeness that we had in 1944.
And now that they're in the Elite Eight,
anybody can win because it is a one-game series.
Alema Harrington, KSL Sports.
Now, Farron was a great one. He was the first freshman to win the MVP award, and since then, only one other freshman has had that honor.
That is an honor.
It is.
All right.